4th and 7, at their own 33. He does a fake punt, direct snap option play. They don't get it, and the Vikings score in 2 plays.
Pretty smart.
We are fucking 2 minutes into the game here, man. What the fuck are we doing? What in God's name possesses this guy to do some of the things he does?
There was a he's an asshole.
Seriously though, what the fuck?
You lost the NFC Championship. You did, Dan Campbell. You lost it. Players played great, team played great. You lost it.
What's the
and
best?
he already said this year, that loss is on me. Their one loss, he said that's on me. I did this. You did everything you could to lose this fucker too.
Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, Tuesday, October 22nd, 2024, years after zero.
NBA debut day.
NBA debut day, episode 49 of the press conference. Let's talk some fucking sports. I was going to say football, but we got a lot going on.
Recap week 7.
So we'll start off today recapping football, NFL, week 7, week 7 recap, week 8 preview. I can't believe we're in week 8 already.
Do I smell like shit?
Yeah.
Okay.
Playoff eliminator
Isn't that
standings.
weird that you can't notice that? Like they're watching the video and they're like, okay, this is what they look like. But then, like, I smell like shit.
Yeah, it's
and
not.
You just have to fucking suffer.
That's not really that. I can't smell it, but if I smell you, you smell like shit.
Smell me.
Actually, you don't smell that bad, but you look like shit.
When I'm at the gym, because when it's your shit, and like I'll be with Q who just got off work, so he smells the same shit. You don't notice it. You know, your senses are used to it.
But when nobody in the whole gym is within 5 machines of you,
smelled like shit, and I was at the gym, I'd be like, this fucking guy smells like shit.
Yeah, maybe. You don't
so
know.
I always go there and I wonder, like, I do what I can. I change my shirt, I put new shoes on, and I put deodorant on. But like, I mean, come on, I'm not gonna take a fucking shower after work before the gym.
You can't make chicken salad out of chicken shit.
Exactly. And I'm just like, I wonder if I smell like shit. And I'll see people looking at me. I'm like, I wonder if that chick's checking me out, or if she's like, that guy smells like piss.
It must be him.
Yeah.
He looks like shit. But anyway, we're going to recap football, week 7, NFL, preview week 8, college football recap, and then a preview of week 9, MLB, some basketball, and then Billy always puts miscellaneous because apparently the MLS playoffs are starting, so I don't know how many people will actually watch that, but okay.
We want to do predictions for it or anything?
How are we going to predict? I don't know, because here's the thing. My word means a lot to me. I know it means nothing to yourself, Billy.
Yeah.
But when I'm not going to come out here and go, here's who's going to win the MLS Cup or whatever the fuck it is, because I know nothing about it because I have watched zero MLS.
Who picked Dodgers Yankees for the World Series out of us three? Danny did? I thought he might have. I knew someone did.
For the beginning of the playoffs?
Yeah.
Both of us did.
You did too?
Yeah.
Wow. I picked Tigers.
Yeah.
They were almost there.
It's not a bad pick. Bold choice.
They were the hottest team coming in.
Yeah. I mean, it's kind of easy to pick Dodgers Yankees, you know?
No, I mean, it's
not that it's easy, but it's just like, that's the route to go.
Yeah.
That's like taking, whoever gets the bye for the AFC, NFC, go, that's who I got in my championship.
I do have a question for you guys. I don't know if we should do it now. About who do you think comes out of the NFC?
You want me to answer it?
Lions.
Lions.
Guy's got his finger in his nose over here, so I'm asking.
I think
I have a prediction, and I think you guys are going to be mad at it.
I think only 4 teams have a chance at coming out of the NFC.
Let's hear it.
Lions.
Yep.
Packers.
Yeah.
Okay. Vikings.
Yep.
And 49ers.
Yeah.
And I think the 49ers have to get healthy, and and here's the thing. They got to do it. They're lucky that they're division. Okay. Are the Cardinals in the lead now?
The Niners are fucked, I think.
They got to figure it out. Okay. But let's say they do, and they manage to have Deebo Samuel.
Yep.
Ayuk's
done.
Christian McCaffrey.
Mm-hmm.
Kittle. Jawan Jennings. Sorry. I'm so sorry. Ricky Purcell. Trent Williams.
He's the healthiest receiver on that team, and he was shot in the chest 2 months ago.
By me.
They're third in the division right now.
Who's in first? The Cardinals? Oh, the Seahawks.
I was going to say Dan Campbell. What's his name? Mike McDonald.
Yeah. There you go. Hufanga, Bose. If they have all these guys healthy and they go and they manage to make a playoff spot,
They'll make a run.
They'll make a run, right?
Brock Purdy
But
sucks without
here's the
those
thing.
guys.
I would, as of right now, put them 4th, and I would put the Vikings 3rd just because I can't see the Vikings going to the Super Bowl.
What about the Philadelphia Eagles?
No.
I wouldn't call it Super Bowl Contender.
Here's my thing. Just hear me out for a second. Jalen Hurts. So obviously the big question.
There's something off there.
There's something, but obviously the big question is going to be with the coaching.
And my thing is, I like those. Like I like the Eagles. I think the Eagles are a good team. I think they'll probably end up winning the division. Some might go, what about the Commanders? They don't have the
No.
defense for it.
And Jaden Daniels is hurt.
And the other 4 teams I named, I just like them significantly better than every other team in the NFC.
My only thought with the Eagles was if you watched the game against the Giants, and I'm not saying the Giants, like you said, have a tough defense. Saquon ran the ball 17 times for 180 yards.
I wouldn't even call the Eagles the 5th team.
Who would be 5th?
Tampa Bay Buccaneers for me.
They're so hurt too now.
But again, they're another team that come playoff time. I like the running backs
The NFC's actually my two
Turned around
teams.
a little bit.
My 2 teams, and here's the thing. Here's what I was thinking about. You have dipshit coach between Dan Campbell and Nick Sirianni. I just think Jalen Hurts has been there before. I mean, I know the Lions have too, but in a game, I'm going to trust Jalen Hurts and Saquon over Jared Goff in there because you got A.J. Brown and you have Devontae Smith. Like, their defense is without Hutchinson. I like the Eagles' defense against the Lions. You know what I mean?
With the NFC,
But I think the Packers might go also. If their defense plays where they're playing,
I said the Vikings were 3rd and the Niners were 4th. That meant for me, Packers were 2nd.
and Lions won.
Yeah.
The NFC North is the best 3 teams. That would have not been the case coming into this
They
season.
would all, as of right now, they would all make the playoffs.
Yeah, Bears
All
4
three, all
Bears
three-
are 4 and 2.
Bears too. The Bears aren't going to win the Super Bowl, by the way. Aren't going to make it to it either. But
They beat
from
shit teams.
first overall pick, I know they didn't have technically the first overall pick. It was the Panthers pick, but they had the 10th overall pick
We'll talk about them.
to possibly playoffs. There you go. Caleb is cooking too.
He's playing better, but they've played shit.
Yeah, they're playing shit. But that's good. Same thing with Jaden Daniels. He played shit and did better. And then when it came to play the Ravens, he actually looks really good against the Ravens. Like, he has the confidence now.
Yeah.
He has the feel to the game. But I said those 4 teams. I think that's more. I said those. Did I say 4 teams or 5 teams?
4, and you said Bucks would be 5.
I would say if you put a gun to my head and said how many teams are Super Bowl contenders truly in the AFC, I would say 3 teams.
Okay, who are they?
Chiefs,
Yeah.
Ravens,
Yeah.
Bills.
Not your Bengals?
Right now, no. They're another team though that at the end of the
Bills
year,
only because they just added Amari.
at the end of the year they might be 11-6, and you go, well, Bengals as well,
Yeah.
because they're getting healthy.
I hope you don't say it like that.
I won't say it like that. Texans, see what they do. I just don't see it. I don't see them making the Super Bowl over the Chiefs or the Ravens or the Bills,
Yeah.
even though they've beat the Bills this year.
Yeah.
Jets, I mean,
We'll talk about the Jets.
we'll talk about it when we get to it, but there's a lot to say about it. And then who else would there even be? Not the Broncos. Not the Colts.
Chargers, people would
Not the
say.
Chargers. Fuck no, they wouldn't.
Dolphins, if Tua was healthy.
No, they're not a chance.
I'm not saying Super Bowl. I'm just
If Tua
saying.
was healthy, they wouldn't make the Super Bowl.
Yeah.
Steelers would be another team. They're the matter of fact, like I said, Texans. My 4th team out of there, still I wouldn't call them a Super Bowl contender right now, would be the Steelers, just because they have a real defense.
Special teams, too. Blocking kicks.
Here's the thing, they're winning games, they're 5-2. If they continue to win games and get a bye week, and then Russell Wilson just has to have 2 good games.
Or 2 not shit games.
Yeah.
But also, I've heard, which I don't know why the Steelers came into my mind, maybe. They don't generally do this, but Cooper Kupp is apparently on the trade block.
Ooh. I did hear that too.
The Bills go get him, too.
The Steelers need to go get somebody.
I feel like
I don't think
the Stafford
I don't think the
Kupp-
Bills are interested in getting anyone either.
I think the Stafford and Cup connection is just you're not going to get that unless he goes to another cornbread white. He's not going to go with Russell Wilson and play like he did with Matthew Stafford.
He would go to one of the teams I named. Who needs it?
I mean, the Lions and Rams have done business before.
Packers.
That'd be pretty sweet.
There's not a guy there.
Yeah,
They have a bunch of.
there's 3.
They have a
decent
bunch of
people.
2s.
Yeah.
But they need a 1.
Let's get
That's why every week it's not like every team has that. Every great team, every great wide receiver. Every week it's like 10 targets plus, and typically he has good stats to go along with the targets. But the Packers don't have that. It's like, oh, Wicks had a good game, and then Reed had a good game, and
Kraft
then
is
Goff had
good.
a good game, and then Watson had a good game, and then Kraft had a good game.
You know,
then-
Josh Jacobs scored his first receiving touchdown of his
In his
entire
career,
career.
yeah.
Those
Yeah.
white jerseys they had on were fucking sweet.
fire.
Those were sweet.
And this and that, and it's like you get Cup over there. It's like, oh, you guys will do whatever the fuck you want game to game. This guy every game is getting 10 plus targets.
I just need him back playing, and I honestly hope the Rams trade him because I feel like they might shut him down, and in fantasy that could see my asshole. Just fuck it, you know?
It's too early to shut him down.
Yeah, probably. But anyway, Week 7, let's run through it real quick. Saints injuries just fucked them. They're hurt. They're very hurt. The Broncos have no business putting 33 points up on anyone.
In fantasy over the Broncos D, and I was like, God, fuck.
You're really bad at that.
But the Bengals D got 13.
You start the wrong defense, I feel, almost every week.
I was going to start the
It's funny over there.
I forget. I was gonna start a defense that got like I got there was a Eagles D. I picked up the Eagles to start them against the Giants, but when the waiver came in, I was so hammered that I forgot to switch it, and then I woke up too late, and I kept the Jets in, and they got -3. Eagles got 16. I lost by like 12. I would have won with that start.
I don't understand. Like I've never once missed starting. The only time I did one time, but I was like out of. I think it was like in a consolation game, but I don't know how you just miss.
Drink a whole lot.
No, I get that. I've done that.
I set an alarm too for 9:30 to wake up and set it, and I just kept fucking snoozing it because I was like, "Why is that alarm going off?"
Yeah, well, you know why now. But the Saints injuries raped them. Sean Payton comes in and gets a win in New Orleans. Kind of boring game for Thursday night, just because. But luckily there was baseball on with it.
I would like to see what Rattler is, but when you don't have Olave or Shaheed, which are your two best options, and then Kamara's kind of shut down because he was limited in practice all week, and then you're missing 2 starting linemen, it's like,
what do you want? He for that he played.
What would Patrick Mahomes be there?
Right. Patriots suck. I do think May could be decent. Billy, I need you to focus on this for 1 second. 3 or 4 teams this weekend were down by 9. They scored a touchdown to make it. I think it was 24. The Patriots scored and made it 24-15.
Okay, 9-point game.
Why did they go for 2? Am I missing something?
I actually saw that in the Texas Georgia game.
Okay.
Where Stark didn't go for 2.
Down 9.
So I was like, okay, they scored a touchdown, they're down 9. I feel like most people will try to go for 2 to go down 7. But in my mind, I was like, no, go down 8. Because if you go down 9, if you don't make it and you're down 9, now it's a 2-possession game. At least you can go down 8, and your next score can be 1-possession game.
Because I thought I didn't watch the game, so I thought, okay, maybe the Patriots kicker was hurt. Okay. Last night the Ravens were down 41-24, and they went for, or the Buccaneers were, and they scored to make it 17 to make it 41-24, and they went for 2, and I'm like,
you got to make it 16 or you make it 16.
I don't know what that does there. And then the Browns did the same thing, and now you're saying Texas or whatever did it. And the Jets were down.
Sarkisian didn't do it.
He didn't do it. The Jets were down 15-6 early. Granted, it was very early. Because you're not. Oh man, it's 2 possessions. The game's over. But they went for 2, and I'm like, am I missing something? Like I don't know. Because I'm looking, I'm like, they're not down 8, right? And trying to do it that way, but down 9, especially with 5-6 minutes left, it's like you miss it. Basically, the game's over now. Yes. You make the extra point. It's an 8-point game. Like you said, it's 2 possession, 1 possession.
Talk about the game management. It's horrible in this league. It's horrible.
I'm just asking because I work now. I don't know if you guys listen to the games. Is there something I'm missing mathematically? Because it's wrong. No matter what
everyone's trying to do, like the new math or the analytics or this. It's like the game has not changed analytically. I'm sorry, it hasn't. I don't know why you guys are trying to change it. Staley got a few first downs on 4th down on his own 10, and people were like, maybe he's onto something. Yeah, he's onto a fucking couch now because.
So that's why I was just asking if there's some, I don't know, because I know some nerd is probably like, well, when you're down 9, and it's like, no, if you're down 9 and you make it 8, and you have 5 minutes left, especially, you're probably almost guaranteed to get the ball back.
It's all bad.
But anyway, the Pats went.
I was gonna say, since college at North Carolina, and since he's been in the NFL and everything. I don't look at anything he does and go, like even in the preseason, remember he had that deep ball that was perfect and all that. I look at him play and go, this guy's a good quarterback.
I think he's good. It just sucks.
He's young too. He'll be better in 2 years, 3 years, of course. But that's a team that's like you said, it's like, all right, we need to get some O-line help for him, but it's like we also need a wide receiver 1 desperately for him.
And a running back and a tight end and a defense.
It would help if our defense would not give up 40 to the Jags.
Yeah.
Yeah, so.
What I was going to say was, though, is Drake May, Jaden Daniels, Caleb Williams.
It just sucks. Sorry,
they're all pretty good.
They're all really good.
Like pretty good for so far. I mean,
I would be very happy to have those guys if I drafted them. And go,
oh yeah. I'm just saying, like early on, it's like, okay, this doesn't look like horrible. That the first
Knicks too.
Well, there's another one, Bo Nix. I think Michael Penix will be good, and then J.J. McCarthy looked decent.
At 22 years old, he'll get to sit behind and learn.
Yeah, the problem is now I don't think Darnold's losing that job.
I said that to Michael at work. I was like, what are you going to do now if like you just pay Darnold a 5-year contract? What do you do with McCarthy?
Yeah. I think they thought, we know Darnold sucks, so we're going to give him a shot.
Yeah, we're like, we don't know what he is, but he's always sucked, so we're going to have to draft a quarterback. But now you look at it and go, well, he's playing really well. Don't you wish you would have drafted something for him?
Right.
But here's the thing. Their O-line is good.
Aaron Jones
is very good. They have Hawkinson coming back. They have Addison and Jefferson. Maybe you could have got a wide receiver like Rome Odunze. But
no.
I think
you didn't know.
I think you could have got a defensive piece.
Yeah, for sure.
And add B-Flow, get some more weapons.
Yeah, no, for sure. I just
Who'd they lose? Zadarius Smith or something?
Mm-hmm.
No, Danielle Hunter.
Danielle Hunter.
Could have replaced him.
Yeah. I don't mind what they did, thinking of, because they were like, hey, we want to replace the quarterback, which it's a huge, look at the Raiders. What did they do with their quarterback? And now look at them.
Mm-hmm.
I think we watched, and this was the worst game you might ever see C.J. Stroud play in terms of statistically. I think those guys are climbing 2 of the top 5, 7, 8 quarterbacks in the league. C.J. Stroud on third down is unfucking believable. I think Love and Stroud are climbing into like the top 8, top 7.
Who are?
C.J. Stroud and Jordan
Love.
Jordan Love with me is just
too many turnovers. But
both of them, though, who would you say is better than them?
Better than them?
Better than them?
Mahomes, Josh Allen.
Burrow.
Mm-hmm.
I would put them above Lamar.
I can't right now.
Lamar can't throw the damn ball.
He threw a pretty good ball this weekend.
You're talking if I want on my team, like playoffs, everything, I would take C.J. Stroud.
Yeah, I wouldn't take
because
Lamar.
We've seen too much.
Lamar has 9 touchdowns.
We'll leave Lamar out, so we have Burrow, Allen,
in the playoffs.
Mahomes. Would you take Rodgers?
No shot.
Okay.
Over Lamar?
Over C.J. Stroud and Jordan Love.
Oh, no shot.
Matt Stafford?
No shot. Just because of age.
Well, that's for one playoff run this year.
I still don't think I would. Jordan Love played that was the first time they both were in the playoffs.
I mean, I'm not going to ask that one. Trevor Lawrence.
Herbert? I'm thinking Herbert. Herbert's the only guy.
Jaden Daniels?
Over Herbert.
I would take those 2.
Okay.
Yeah, over Jaden.
Dak? Hurts?
Over Hurts.
I would say over Hurts.
Goff?
I would say those
guys no shot. Those guys are superstars.
Goff's great.
I'll take Stroud over Goff, but I'll take Goff over Love.
No way. You got to think of where they're at.
You're taking Goff behind him?
Oh, fuck yeah.
Because of, again...
You're just mean for a franchise. I'm talking today.
No, I'm taking those. Those 2, like I said, you watch them play, especially Stroud, because he the way he throws the ball and just his presence. Jordan Love is just a gunslinger to an extent, but he's a good quarterback.
One more for you.
Yeah.
Because right now we have who? Herbert, Allen, Burrow, Mahomes. Is that all we said?
Yeah.
So you got them 5 and 6?
Yeah.
Kyler Murray.
No, I'm taking those 2 for sure.
I like Kyler a lot.
So do I. I love Kyler Murray.
But I'll take those 2 as
Everyone
well.
thinks my friends.
I'll say they're definitely top 8.
They think I don't like Kyler Murray because 2 or 3 years ago when he was in the MVP race, like week 5, and I was like, he's too small, he's going to get hurt. They were like, oh, you're a hate. And I'm like, no, I'm just telling you.
He's not going to win.
This isn't good. The way he's playing won't last for 17 weeks. You got to think also with Jordan Love.
I said last year,
do you remember that first game, Jordan Love's knee? He has almost no business playing right now. I'm not saying he's hurt or he looks hurt, but that's people just forget that the week 1, his leg was stuck in the ground, and Malik Willis came in and didn't even get a fucking throw off on a Hail Mary. But I'm just saying, if you watch that game, and specifically when you watch those guys, try to remember he's in his second year and Jordan Love's in his second year starting. Like Goff, the only reason I have to take them over Goff, he's been in the league 10 years. He's got the best O-line in the league, probably the best running back, 1-2 punch in the league, top 5 receiver in the league. One of the best offensive coordinators in the league. Like, Goff is playing very well because of where he's at. I'm not saying he's not good, but Stroud and Jordan Love, and last year I said let's slow down on Stroud, like just whatever, but he is fucking that dude's, and he went like 8 of 19 with like 84 yards this week. It was horrible. That's why it's a weird week for me to be saying this, but he's also missing his best receiver. He is very good.
Yeah,
they had the 2nd pick in the draft last year, and they're fucking like they look like they're one of the better teams in the NFL.
Yeah, I said coming in this year I'd put Stroud 5th, and you said like
gotta wait.
Gotta wait.
You're right. That's a wait's over.
The wait's over for you. I thought it was over going into this year. He looks good. And I said the same about Love. I thought Love looked great too. And it's like, he had a good end of the. Let's see. We'll see.
That's the problem. Is he had a bad first half, good second half, and you're like, well, you haven't been consistent enough. Like I said, 3 touchdowns, 2 picks. If he's like Josh Allen this year, no interceptions. I feel like it's funny how when a guy like Dak or Josh Allen or something has like 10 picks. That's all you hear about.
Mm-hmm.
He has none, and I haven't heard a peep about wow, he has not turned the ball over. Like it's like but it's it's just negative media. We don't do
It's
that.
a lot
here.
less throwing from him too, though, because of the shit.
It should be, yeah.
Yeah.
Which I'm not. That's why I've said like with me.
I seriously think like people are talking about Tay, like, well, they have Tay now. It's like, well, we'll get into the Jets thing, but their defense doesn't look as great as everyone makes it seem.
Doesn't matter anyway. Their O-line can't block.
It's not clicking. The O-line can't block. I seriously think Amari Cooper really fucking helps the Bills.
I think
they were just missing a guy.
Did you see the play? I think it's when he scored. He like looked at Keon Coleman, and Keon Coleman was like, "Oh, you be here and do this." Like he didn't even know the play. Like once they get gelling, it's gonna be good. I think. But what I hope does not happen is don't start throwing 50 times a game, Joe Brady, because you have a wide receiver.
I have Amari Cooper in every league. Please start throwing.
No, do not do that.
Amari Cooper got 35% snap count and had 15 points.
Yeah,
he'll get more than.
He'll
double.
be at 70 plus.
Oh, he'll be at 80 plus.
Right. I'm just saying.
For the rest of the season, and I expect 15 points every week from him.
For what they went from with Stephon Diggs to a guy that's like, I want the ball, and then you throw him the ball in a playoff game right in his hands and he drops it to a guy like Amari Cooper, that's very good for their team.
He never says a word.
That's as much as I said he doesn't have like attitude and doesn't care, that is what that
Do we even know if he demanded a trade or if they were just like, let's get
I think they said Myles Garrett's neck. Like they're on like a fire sale.
Myles Garrett to the Lions.
We'll get to that in a second.
Could you I think, why would you not do that if you're the Lions? Say you give up 2 first, okay? This year's first and next year's first.
Who gives a fuck?
Who are you going to get in the first round this year or next year that's better than Myles Garrett?
With Aiden Hutchinson.
And now here's the thing.
They have a lot of cap
I was
space
just
too,
about
right?
to say, you have Myles Garrett to replace Aiden Hutchinson this year, so you go, thank fuck, we got an elite pass rusher again. Next year going into the season, they have a lot of cap space, yes.
It's like $50 million.
Next year going into the season, now you have Aiden Hutchinson on one side and Myles Garrett on the other.
Or you put them both on one side. You just float them around everywhere.
Yeah. Myles Garrett, especially Myles Garrett, he's the type of guy where he would just go, I want to go up against the center. He sucks.
Right. That's what I mean. You could put him. He's like a big D.
And Aiden Hutchinson's like, hey, I'm right next to you. They're not going to double team you.
Oh, and if they do, they have 2 guys on the other side to block 2 guys.
Yeah.
Sometimes
I don't see why. And here's the thing, like, doesn't mean like they're not trying to. I would go all out for Max Crosby too.
One of the 2 for sure. I would look and say, Browns, what do you want? Okay, what do you want? Now, either way, those 2 are equal enough to where it would be fine.
Garrett's better, but it's not by enough shot to where I'll take whatever.
If they said
I'll take the less I got to give up.
Exactly. I was going to say, if the Browns said I want 2 first-round picks and the Raiders said a first-round pick and like a 4th, you take that.
Yeah.
I don't know, and I'm just spitballing here. But anyway, Packers come out on top.
Garrett's more injury-prone too, so it is even.
Right. Packers come out on top there. 2, like I said, that's 2 of the best quarterbacks we have in the NFL. To one of the worst quarterbacks we have, Daniel Jones. Bet of the week, if you watch By the Hook, for me was one of my bets was Eagles money line. I really thought that was very, very, very weird that they were only 3-point favorites, and people are like, oh well, they're this and the Giants genuinely suck. Like they're bad. They can't score.
With the Packers Texans, real quick, did you see the muff punt?
Nope.
It dropped 5 yards in front of him. He was sitting under it, and he just went. And he just didn't, and it just hit his teammate. Now, what the fuck was that?
I saw that play, but I didn't. I was watching NFL primetime while I was guessing the lines for the next week.
Also, 6.3 yards per carry for Josh Jacobs. How much do you think he ran the ball?
How many times?
Yeah.
Less than 20.
Let's say there was 45 plays.
Less than 20.
12.
Wow.
Jordan Love threw it 33 times.
I
believe the backup running back ran it 5 times, so Jordan Love threw the ball double the amount of times that they ran the ball was 6.3 yards per carry.
Why?
2 picks from Jordan Love.
That's where I say, like, hire me and I'll be like, hey man, you guys do all this analytics in the NFL and you do all this and well, if it's this, I got to go for this. If it's this, you don't
yards per pass attempt is 7.5 and the average yards per carry. It's like, well, today the average yards per carry is 6.3.
It goes game by game basis.
Right.
That's what, like the MLB shit, like the 3rd time around the order, okay, well, if this guy's throwing a no-hitter right now and struck out the side 3 innings in a row.
It's different for, like, in general, that is actually a thing where I think it's like an average of like
you've seen it when a pitcher you're
oh
like,
yeah
this
for
guy
sure. That's why I'm saying
unfucking hittable right
if
now.
If it's a pitcher like like when Yamamoto went out in the 5th inning, last year Yamamoto pitched in the Japanese like World Series. You know how many he pitched a complete game in Game 7 or what? It was one of the, it doesn't matter. Do you know how many pitches he threw?
142.
Like 138, something like that. And you took him out after 5 innings and 60 pitches because, like you said, the third. I mean, it worked, but the 3rd time coming around the order, it's like, dude, give this guy another inning. Like he was untouchable that day.
The Packers signed McManus on Wednesday and he hit a game winner.
Yeah, and it.
from 40.
Okay, it was a new kicker, right? Because
Yeah.
I was like, the
Brandon
kicker they
McManus.
had
Well, he's not new
sucks.
to the league, but he's new to that.
Yeah,
team.
I know.
But
yeah.
that kick,
But that's kind of a plug-in situation. Like
it
a
was
kicker's-
in, it was out, it was in.
Oh, it was risky. Did we talk about Lions Vikings?
We have not. We were on the Giants and Eagles. How the
Okay.
Giants suck. Drew Lock's coming in.
You see Saquon, he was 13 away from his own personal record.
Best player in the NFL.
He was 13 rushing yards away, and they told him, he said, now let the young guy deal with that.
He, when you watch him play,
He has the most talent.
if you
out of
watch,
running
if
backs.
you watch his
better than
highlights,
Christian McCaffrey.
if you watch his highlights from that game, you're like, we've never seen a player like that in the NFL. Never have.
I think he's number one. I think Christian McCaffrey's number two. Do you know who I think number three is as far as talent goes?
Ezekiel
at the running
Elliott?
back spot? Definitely not.
Rico Dowdle.
Can you give me a fucking answer?
Nick Chubb.
No, but that's a great fucking.
I think he's-
I would put him top 5 to 10 for sure.
Aaron Jones.
But I'm talking
Alvin Kamara.
Kamara's definitely.
Josh Jacobs.
Stop.
Debo.
Kamara's definitely top 5 to 7 in that area. Right?
Kenneth Walker.
But
Stop.
I'm talking about.
Definitely. You see that catch he made?
You're trying to piss me off.
No, I'm not. I mean, did you see that catch he made in the end zone?
I did not.
Oh,
He tried to call out
Mays,
for his birthday.
Willie Mays over the shoulder catch on his birthday and then ran for a touchdown.
I'm talking run a football, catch a football, shifty, run between the tackles, run outside the tackles, fast.
Kareem Hunt.
No. Christian McCaffrey has that.
I
Saquon
do have
Barkley
Kareem
has
on my
that.
fantasy team.
Third, I think, is Jameer Gibbs.
He's very good.
Oh.
He can fucking move.
He can move.
You know who I think could be fourth? David Montgomery.
I was
I
gonna say,
said
what's his
when,
teammate?
when you just said the Goff, is he better than Loud and Struff?
Look what he has, yeah.
Offensive coordinator,
Best
offensive line,
in the league. Best running back duo in the league. Should be the best running offense in the league.
top 5 receiver.
Top 5 receiving core overall.
Yeah, and then
Monra, Laporta, Williams, Patrick.
offensive coordinator.
The GM they need to get on their knees and start sucking that GM's dick. He became the GM in 2021.
Yeah.
He made the trade for Stafford. You know what that trade ended up being?
No.
Jared,
yeah.
Stafford for Jared Goff, Jamison Williams, Jameer Gibbs, and Sam Laporta. Who doesn't take that trade?
If they win a Super Bowl,
He added, since he got there in 2021, Penei Sewell, Sam Laporta, Jameer Gibbs, David Montgomery.
Jared
Those
Goff.
two were in the same year. Amon-Ra St. Brown,
Jared Goff.
Jared Goff. I said Jamison Williams?
Mhm.
Tim Patrick. He
Aiden
added,
Hutchinson.
he added the whole offense, plus Aiden Hutchinson, Brian Branch. Those are their two best defensive players.
Rico, what's his name? Rodriguez.
Yeah, Rich Rod.
Rich Rod. Guy's awesome.
He
I don't think
literally.
that's his name.
No, that's the coach from West Virginia.
Yeah.
Malcolm Rodriguez.
So,
And all this shit. He literally that team sucked cock, and he just made them the best team on paper on roster in the NFL since 2021.
yeah. You know why? Because when you say that, I mean, he fixed a lot of stuff, but a lot of it was
The trenches.
trenches.
Sewell
O-line
and
in the
Hutchinson.
league. Yeah, best O-line in the league.
His highest picks that he's made in the draft were Penei Sewell and Aiden Hutchinson.
Yeah, and that was the year I think that the Bengals took Jamar Chase.
Yep.
Win-win for both, because if they had Chase,
Got him. They got to the Super Bowl.
yeah,
But they could use Sewell.
Jared Goff's last 4 games,
MVP.
76 of 91, so that's a 84% clip, and he has 9 touchdowns to 1 interception.
He had one
He's now second in completion percentage. in the
against
league.
Seattle. He was perfect. Yesterday he was perfect, or Sunday he was perfect
for
for
his
19 of
15
19 or
passes.
15.
He was like perfect
I
in
actually
12
walked
the
into
day before that game before that.
Danny's you guys' house, and I was like, "Oh shit, he's 15 for 15."
Next
and perfect
pass.
gamed it. Next pass tipped by a defensive
Hey,
lineman.
that MVP bet.
Was I awake?
No,
I was fucking shit.
That MVP bet.
It was a great bet.
It's got some
Currently the 4th best odds. I would put him at 3rd because how the fuck is Mahomes the favorite?
because they're undefeated.
He's
But-
6 touchdowns, 8 picks.
Their defense is unbelievable.
Okay, so they're undefeated.
Yeah.
Oh, the Lions aren't undefeated. They're 5-1 and number 1 seed in the NFC.
Oh, I get you. I'm with you.
He should be ahead of him.
I have a $10 ticket on that.
I guess I
Bottom-
could see a little bit of Lamar Allen just because the guys are the sports books are looking at it like who's going to vote for
Derrick
Jared
Henry's
Goff?
the MVP of the Ravens.
Yeah.
No, Lamar shouldn't have been MVP last year, but it's going to be a quarterback, and it's also like it's going to be a name. It's not going to be Goff probably, but
If you
right
can
now,
be
if you
called
put a
Jared
gun to my
Goof,
head and said who do you think should win MVP, I probably would say Jared Goff.
I would go Jared Goff,
Could go Josh Allen. They're 5-2 as well. He has no picks.
and he's gonna
He's playing
with
a lot
Amari.
less.
He'll probably
He
Skyrocket.
ideally should skyrocket.
Speaking of Lions Vikings, the Lions give the Vikings their first loss. Very good game. First drive of the game.
Fake punt.
They go 1st and 10, 2nd and whatever, 3rd and 7, 4th and 7. At their own 33, he does a fake punt, direct snap option play. They don't get it, and the Vikings score in 2 plays.
Pretty smart.
We are fucking 2 minutes into the game here, man. What the fuck are we doing? What in God's name possesses this guy to do some of the things he does?
There was he's an asshole.
Seriously though, what the fuck?
And you lost the NFC Championship. You did, Dan Campbell. You lost it. Players played great, team played great. You lost it.
What's the
And
best?
he already said this year, that loss is on me. Their one loss, he said that's on me. I did this. You did everything you could to lose this fucker too.
And my thing is, they're at the 33, their own 33.
Their own 33.
So they get to their 40.
That
Oh,
was
now
Let's say they did 3
guaranteed
incompletions in a row.
You have to punt
So now
anyway.
you're 4th and 10 at your own 40. Okay.
no, you fake again.
It's horrible, man.
They kick the least amount of field goals in the NFL. That it's okay in the regular season, but when you get down and you lose by 3, every game you look at, you say we lost it by 3. Well, how many times did you go for it? And how
If
many
you
times
want
it was a
accept
field
it in
possession
loss,
shit?
Don't accept it in a win.
Here's the thing.
You're right.
I think they should take the game management stuff away out of his hands. Everything else, no team plays for their coach more than the Lions play for Dan Campbell. I think he's a great motivator, and I do think he's a great coach. But the game management stuff needs to be taken away from him and put in someone else.
There should be another guy, though, that, like, not take it out of his hands, but he flips over and he's like, I'm thinking of doing that right now. I'm like, Dan.
The only time
Should we do that fake punt option play right now? It's like, no.
Not that it's okay, but let's say you're between the 50 and the 40 and your kicker, it's whatever. Or let's say like your own 48 and the other team's 45 and it's 4th and 2 or less. I'm not that mad. When it's like, hey, if we get this first down and not even another first down, we're in field goal range. You're at your own 33. And it's 2 minutes into the game. You're not down 7 and 2 minutes left and we just started. We don't need to come out. It's a division game where it's probably going to be nitty-gritty, so we're not going to do something stupid right away.
A 40-yard punt puts them inside their own 20.
Second play, Aaron Jones runs for 33 yards, and they score a touchdown.
Yeah. This is the thing. If you're at the opponent's 45, it's like, all right, it's a 62-yard field goal, even though we're indoors.
And it was 4th and 7.
And the punt, it's like some shit could happen at the 25, and they're at the 45 in a couple plays.
Here's why I don't get mad at it when it's there, because if you're at your own 45, if you're at their 45 or their 40 and your kicker, whatever, just windy, whatever, you punt it into the end zone, it's only a 20-yard loss.
That's my thing, 15, 20 yards.
Who gives a fuck?
Yeah.
When it's at your own 33, and it could be even if it's their 30 and you're looking at a 50-yard difference and they're already in field goal range.
Yeah, from the 45 to the 25,
difference.
You're not flipping the field.
No.
From your 30 to their 25, 30, 35, you're flipping the field at least.
And what I think teams should do 100% on those type of plays, I know it might sound stupid, but you have one guy just run deep, and if all else fails, Jared Goff just hucks it in the air, and you either try to get a PI or you hope the defense is dumb enough to intercept it, and you punt it anyway. It doesn't really matter.
I just hate that shit.
No, that's terrible.
Or Jared Goff, while he's back there, if he has some time, he
just punts
it.
Yeah.
You mentioned Monroe's top 5. He is, for sure. I mentioned Jahmyr Gibbs and David Montgomery. Talked about Goff. There's a guy in this game that is the best player at his position.
Justin Jefferson.
That's correct.
He is fucking unbelievable.
He's amazing.
There's one catch he made that it was like...
He's amazing.
Darnold put in the perfect spot, but Justin had to have his arms fully extended.
Touchdown?
No, it was just over the middle. And he
Watch his face, too. He's smiling because he knows I'm the best.
Every time unreal.
He has to.
He's unbelievable.
No one's a better route runner, so no one can get open better than him. He can beat you with his speed and his size. Contested catches, they're his. Jump balls,
that catch against the Bills last year
was the best catch I've
ever seen.
There's every aspect of the game. He catches everything. He can route run. He can get, obviously that means he can get open. He has speed. He has quickness. He has size. He has it all. He's a fantastic
Sweet grill.
I literally watch him play and I'm like, that guy is great. And he doesn't make mistakes and get personal fouls in this. His injuries have sucked.
He's not a crybaby asshole.
You never hear him. He's gotten a lot less targets than he has in his career, but he hasn't said a fucking word.
They're winning games.
He doesn't give a fuck.
You know who
And his production is still up. He'll still go, look at my fucking numbers.
We'll talk about this guy, but Marvin Harrison last night, they showed him. He looked very disinterested in that game. And you can't. It's a close game. I get it. You're frustrated, but at the same time, you put the camera on him, and he looked like he didn't even have his mouthpiece in. He was just looking, and it's like, bro, you got to be awake a little bit. What's up?
You comfy?
I am.
Jefferson has the second most touchdowns. It's tied for third because Evans and Chase are tied with 6. He has 5.
Bang.
He's 5th in yards.
Bang.
He's all that I just said while being 16th in receptions and 15th in targets.
I don't know about you guys.
He's just great.
I'm very excited that the NBA is coming back. Is it just because the Celtics won the championship?
Yes.
Psycho Joe's already in full Psycho Joe mode.
I don't think there's
Who
no
has the
going out
most
of it.
targets in the NFL?
The most targets? Is it Justin Jefferson?
No.
I just said he was 15th.
Oh, I didn't hear you.
He's
Stephon
top
Diggs.
5 in all the major stats, and he's not top 10 in any targets or anything like that. That's how good he is. Stephon Diggs, no. He's a 10th.
I'm thinking of. No, I can't. Trying to think of who throws the ball a lot.
The second place is going to fucking rock your
Is
socks.
Amonra in there?
No.
Who is it?
Garrett Wilson.
He had that pick that Rodgers threw.
He should be shot for that.
That was. Did you see that, dude?
Who's second? Wandale
I was
Robinson.
at when we were young all Sunday.
Oh, that's right.
Third is Chris Godwin.
Can you look that up, please?
And Drake London. What?
That throw with Rodgers with the pick with Wilson and show it to him.
Yeah.
Um,
Metcalf, by the way, 5th. Brock Bowers, 6th.
Speaking of DK Metcalf, the Seahawks rail the Falcons. I didn't go that far into it last week, but the Falcons remind me of the Cowboys and Dolphins of last year, where it's like, oh yeah, they should be favored against the Seahawks. And it's like, what really makes you think that the Falcons are a better team than the Seahawks? Really? Their defense sucks, and the Seahawks defense is pretty good. The only thing is, you're like, well, the Falcons have won 2-3 straight. It's like the Seahawks lost to the fucking the Lions, Niners. Like they've played good. They lost to somebody else too. That was
Giants
good.
though.
Huh?
Giants, but after the Lions game.
Yeah.
Everyone loses after they play the Lions. And
Vikings.
That was a short turnaround. That was Monday to Sunday, and then they played
They played
Thursday.
3 games in 10 days.
They lost.
Right.
They went from 3-0 to 3-3 in,
Yeah.
in 10 days.
Yeah.
In 11 days, however many it was.
That
11 day, that Monday night, Thursday night shit, it needs to stop.
the team who played the Lions would be the Vikings, but they play the Rams this week. So I would love to bet the Rams.
Well, the Cowboys played them the week before, but they had a bye week.
That's what I'm saying. This is the first week after us talking about it that
So
we're
that'll
gonna
be unique.
But anyway, the Falcons remind me of the Dolphins Cowboys from last year, where like, yeah, you'll beat on the teams where it's like, well, they should win this game, and you'll look good doing it. And then again, like the Seahawks, it's like, well, if the Falcons are worth a shit, they should be beating. The Seahawks have a first-year head coach, Geno Smith. Like, why are they not beating a team at home? Why are they not beating a team like that? I had a problem with one play. So Cousins got sacked. It was a sack fumble, the play where the Seahawks ran it in for a touchdown. You know what I'm talking about at all?
Yes.
The defender landed on him, and his head, like face mask, went to the ground first, and his head like rolled over his body almost. No roughing the passer. I don't think it should be, but why?
What's the rules?
What's the rule? Because that was for the guy landed full blown on top of him. Like I said, I don't think it should be roughing the passer. But Rodgers got sacked. They called it roughing the, and Rodgers even said that should not have been roughing the
That was
passer.
the worst officiated game in the history of football.
But
Bills.
if the rule is that if you land on the quarterback, that's what it should be. I don't think it should, but what I'm saying is like I
You
said,
can't vary ref to ref. Like, this is horrible.
and that's my point, is the guy landed on top of him. I just feel like this rule needs to be fixed. If you get sacked and you have the ball, or it's roughing the passer should be what it used to be. If the quarterback throws the ball and you take 2 steps and hit him, you didn't need to do that. If it's not there, that's not roughing the passer. But I digress. It's never going to get fixed.
Here, Bill.
What do you think of the fans cheering when Deshaun Watson got hurt? I'll let Billy watch this really quick. Me and Danny can filibuster.
Rodgers drops back.
Look at that throw.
Throws a dot to Wilson. Tries to body it.
Bounces off his chest.
his shoulder
into
pad
the
into that
fucking
guy.
Steelers.
Do they show the replay of that throw?
And I have Wilson as my wide receiver, which he is getting fed, so I don't mind, but that's more points
It's
right there.
unacceptable.
No, that throw, they showed the replay, Bill. The defender's hand was here. The ball, literally, if the guy's fingernails weren't cut, would have hit him in the hand.
It was that perfect.
There's obviously a safety coming over. And that, I mean,
It's hard to hit catch a ball when it hits
That's
you in the
where
chest.
people, they want to get on Rodgers for being washed. I'm like, I think he looks good this year.
I think he looks good, too.
I think the team is just...
He's a little slower to move, which, of course, he's older, torn Achilles. His line cannot block.
What did we say
his
about
line
the...
cannot block, and the way he moves, I'm actually thinking, like, for a guy off a torn Achilles at 40...
Doesn't
I'm
look
like,
bad. Oh, fuck.
What did we say about the Commanders? That that we like their roster on paper, we like this, we like that, but it's hard to get a team to come together so fast when you have 17 out of 22 new starters.
Mm-hmm.
Their offense has, I think, 4 new starters on the O-line, a new quarterback
Because he didn't play.
a new wide receiver too because of Tay,
Head coach.
head coach,
Kicker sucks.
kicker's shit. He's been shit. You just you have
Too many moving parts.
especially offensively. Way too many new moving parts to just go. Oh, it's all clicked.
It's a whole new offense, too, because it's Rodgers' offense.
Yeah.
What do you guys think of the fans cheering for Deshaun being hurt? They did boo him when he come. They have booed him when he came out. When he comes out,
I think people think will think my take is crazy. I did not think Deshaun played bad at all this year.
He did
I think
not.
the team around him is horrible. Amari Cooper led the league in drops. O-line is horrible. Run game is horrible. When your run game's horrible, when your O-line's horrible, when your wide receiver 1 leads the league in drops, when your wide receiver 2 is Jerry Jeudy, who's historic for fucking drops, when
Nick Chubb's out.
Nick Chubb is out, when all this
defense isn't playing great.
It's awful.
I mean, they gave up 30 to Dallas.
Like,
he didn't look great to start the year. He's looked good these last few weeks. He was like 11. He was like
15 to 17.
I was gonna say he was like 11 of 13 or something. Yeah.
I thought the ball was coming out of his hands well after
he was
Dallas,
getting in a flow
after Dallas and shit. I thought things were clicking, things were that. And
it does make me think he might have raped those chicks though, because to look this bad and have everyone hate you and then tear your Achilles, the football gods aren't letting you.
What I will say is
someone's got some karma.
But he did look good.
Myles Garrett
and Jameis. I was going to get into that.
Post-game press conference was like, listen, he's a model citizen. He hasn't done anything wrong off the field. And it's like, all right, man, maybe. I mean, I just think I get you want to be loyal to a guy like these football players, but it's like, do they not have any self-awareness of what they're talking to?
You just don't need to say that.
So here's my thing. I don't think the fans should have been cheering for a guy who. I mean, have you watched the replay?
Yeah, they were like, you deserve it.
No, but I'm saying, did you see the replay of him tearing his Achilles?
No.
There's never been a replay besides Kevin Durant's, and even actually all of them. It comes right out. The calf goes right from the Achilles.
I do think he's a good player.
I don't think you need to cheer for him to be hurt, but like Jameis said, he's put his life on the line, and the last 4 years the whole world's been against him, and it's like he didn't like come out and say he was raped or something. Like, he's all pretty much. But he settled a lot of cases.
What if you got to know that guy and he's like one of your best friends?
Well, that's what Jameis said.
You think he would never do that. And he's like, dude, I didn't. Like, these chicks, whatever.
Yeah, that's what Jameis basically said, was like, I've been with him. It's been an honor to play with him. He's been nothing. Because Jameis said, my mom always taught me when somebody shows you love and trust, you don't have any reason to give that back no matter what other people. If they've showed you that.
If Jameis's wife was a massage therapist, would he let Deshaun get work?
The way it sounds, probably.
I mean, it's like the Vince McMahon documentary. There's literally text messages of him admitting to like shitting on this. Like,
who did?
Vince McMahon.
Oh, I thought you said Deshaun Watson.
Defecated on a woman, and all these wrestlers were like, he was like a dad to me. Like, these women, clearly the money.
Well, yeah, but imagine,
like,
what does Obel do?
Yeah, I don't know. But imagine if, let's say Danny has a child, and the police knock on his door one day and say, hey, your kid has been killing people for the past 3 years, and he's never, like, you would, like, it'd be very hard to just believe that's happening.
I saw a thing, it said, moms be like, my baby would never do that, and it's Mrs. Voorhees hugging Jason Voorhees.
But you know what I'm saying, though, is like, I watched a documentary, and this woman literally.
Trust me, Granny could watch us murder somebody, and she'd be like, what did they do?
You killed someone?
Well, that's what I'm saying. Billy
likes
to play fucking armchair quarterback all the time and say,
would
you let your wife?
If you guys came to me and said, I killed
I know, we'd go talk to God about it.
We'd have to call the cops.
No, we wouldn't.
I'm not being an accomplice.
He's a pussy and a piece of shit.
He has no fucking spine.
You're going to do life in prison?
I thought you would have gained more spine, but you lost.
I would do life in prison for my brother. Yes, I would.
I would. But anyway, I guess now we know not who to tell. Now,
yeah, don't text me.
Nobody watched Dolphins and Colts, right?
And here's the thing. Would not a fucking peep out of my mouth.
Well, I know you wouldn't fucking. You got a better chance of getting drugs in the Army.
He's not going to get drunk and
I would forgive him that.
No, he doesn't. He doesn't get drunk and say stupid shit like that. He doesn't. He's never once said something.
I've said stupid shit. I've never revealed stupid shit.
Exactly. That's what I'm saying. Because other people who have dreadlocks and are Armenian and smell like weed all the time have almost done that to me.
He's just an idiot. He could do that sober.
He was sober.
Oh, yeah.
I think you would know what I'm talking about if you think for a second. Nobody watched Dolphins Colts. Those two teams suck. The Colts, are they the worst 4-3 team you've ever seen? How are they 4-3?
They're 4-3. I didn't know that. Jesus Christ.
Speaking of worst teams, Panthers, are they maybe the worst team ever? Ever?
No, the Raiders are.
I think the Panthers. Well,
the Rams had 7 starters.
It's funny how you guys remember mere 3 weeks ago when we were told how bad Bryce Young was and how Andy Dalton's better than him. I haven't heard that since. Maybe why would that be? Because maybe water finds its fucking level. They played one game against a shit Raiders team where he went and it showed how bad the Raiders are. But Bryce Young, like, that confidence is down. Andy Dalton comes in. He's been there before. All of a sudden, yeah, they're losing by 40 to the Marcus Mariota, I might add, led fucking Washington Redskins. Let's maybe slow the brakes that Bryce Young is as bad as everyone thinks. I would love if he got traded to Dallas and we got a running back and traded for him instead of Dak's contract and did what I said last week and got 1 or 2 linemen, a receiver, and a defensive player, and a running back for that 50, 60 million, you could get 5 guys with that. Anyway, my next thing was that I think the Raiders and Panthers should play every week, and whoever loses more, their whole team dies.
Right.
That would be a cinema.
Franchise is just gone.
If you combine those teams, all their best players, they wouldn't win 10 games.
10?
They
wouldn't
win
win 8.
games, sorry.
Last thing I have
embarrassing.
before the Sunday night game is Brock Purdy isn't such hot shit, is he?
I'm so glad.
You going to pay that guy $60 million next year?
Well, 0 touchdowns, 3 picks isn't bad.
No, that's pretty good, I think. I think
and
he's
it's
the
one of those
reason they
things
went to
where,
the
like,
Super Bowl.
Well, the thing is, like, their teams hurt. It's like his line is healthy. He has a good line to protect him. He has George Kittle at tight end, and he has all these, Jordan.
He had Ayuk for a little bit.
Jordan Mason's doing just fine. You know what I mean? He's not the best running back in the NFL like Christian McCaffrey, but you absolutely need the best running back in the NFL and maybe the best wide receiver duo in the NFL. I know that's a stretch, but you know what I mean? Best tight end maybe. And then, like, you need all of that. Dude, you're not going to find that when you're making $40 million plus.
Right.
So, no, fuck off. You know what I mean?
Can I ask why the Dolphins never called Jimmy G?
How many quarterbacks do you legitimately... That's a good question. How many... First of all, who's better than Jimmy G on the... Skylar Thompson? Get the fuck
Snoop Huntley.
Get out of here.
Guy's got 2 rings, but, can't
Here's
play
the
for the
thing.
Dolphins.
Enough with the rings.
The rings, this counts as much as Snoop Huntley's Pro Bowl.
Here's the thing.
Wait, no, it does not.
Here's the thing. His Pro Bowl counts.
He was
Pro
dicing
Bowl
those defenses
way
up.
more.
No shot.
Okay, so listen. Where the fuck was I? How many started quarterbacks in the NFL, stick to starters, do you think are genuinely talent-wise better than Brock Purdy?
Bryce Young.
Okay, that's a weird place to start.
I'm just telling you right now, that's where my bar is. So
Okay, I'm just
you
gonna
can go
list
from
them off fast, right?
there. Yeah.
And you count them. Allen.
Yeah.
Tua.
Yeah.
Rodgers.
Yeah.
May.
Yeah.
Lamar.
Yeah.
Russell. Wilson.
Yeah.
Burrow.
Yeah.
Deshaun.
Yeah.
Stroud.
Yep.
Richardson.
Yep.
Okay.
With that offense, that's what Trey Lance was supposed to be.
Yeah.
Yeah.
We found our first guy that you're going to say no to. Will Levis.
I mean, I'm better than Will Levis.
Yeah.
So.
Mahomes.
No.
Knicks.
Yeah.
Herbert.
Yeah.
Not asking about Aidan O'Connell.
No.
Jaden Daniels. Hurts. Dak. Daniel Jones?
No. I'll take Purdy.
Justin Fields.
Yep. I'm at 18.
Okay. Goff.
Yep.
Darnold.
Yep.
Love.
Yep.
Caleb.
Yep.
Kirk.
Yep.
Baker.
Yep.
Derek Carr. No. Bryce Young.
Yep.
Gino.
Yep.
Kyler.
Yep.
And Matt Stafford.
Yep. There's 2 or 3
You want
quarterbacks.
to put Derek Carr on the 49ers and think
Yeah, he's better.
The only problem with Derek Carr is
He's a fucking loser.
Brock Purdy's more of a dog where he'll take hits and run. If Derek
Carr's a pussy.
If Derek Carr looks to his left and thinks it's another color team's jersey, he's gonna the ball's gonna be on the other team.
Yeah, he's a pussy.
So
I'll agree with you there.
that's the only thing. But I'm telling you right now, Brock Purdy. Same thing happened last year. Give me 1 second. I'm gonna sneeze.
But yeah, Brock Purdy, I legitimately think talent-wise is probably like, people.
He's a dog.
He's a dog, and when the perfect team around him, anyone can be good. But legitimately, talent-wise, there's at least 25 other.
Put him on the Panthers because it's funny how bad Bryce Young played. Put him on the Panthers now and see how good they would be
Purdy,
fucking
though,
horrible.
If he's like, I'm going to take 30, 35 mil a year. It's like, all right, you're smart.
If he says,
and you're good enough.
hey, I want these guys to be on the team, what do I have to take? I will keep you until you retire, because then we can build around you. If he wants, well, what's the market? I would say, hey, you go to Las Vegas and find the market, then, bud. And see how much you love it there when you're thrown to Jacoby Myers and fucking Brock Bowers the rest of your career.
You don't even have to go as far as the Panthers. Put him on the Broncos. Mediocre O-line, Cortland Sutton, fucking wide receiver 1.
The only thing with
the
the Broncos is Sean Payton.
Payton
Will mold his quarterback to not look completely like shit. Like I'm saying, just because Bryce Young, everyone gives him shit and he got benched, put Brock Purdy on the fucking Panthers. Yeah. Put Ian Book on the fucking 49ers and we'll see. That guy, You'll be like, oh, how's this guy not playing in the NFL?
At the same point,
and you'd put him on the Saints and be like, well, Ian Book sucks at
the same point, though, yeah, I think you're talking about franchises and teams because it's like, if you put Patrick Mahomes at the Panthers, it's like, how well is he playing?
Imagine if the Niners stuck to their if they went Sam Darnold last year instead of Brock Purdy. I think they could win that Super Bowl.
Oh, I agree. I said literally week 17. It was the Rams and fucking.
It was
Rams,
Carson
Niners.
Wentz versus Sam Darnold.
It was Carson Wentz versus Sam Darnold, and I said I'll guarantee they both play well, and they both.
Darnold hoot.
Oh, he's the backup at Kansas City.
Yeah,
he is a goddamn evil fucking genius.
He should start over there.
Kansas City
sucks.
No, literally, I've talked to Danny about this, Bill, when it comes to fantasy. I took Patrick Mahomes because I was like, from now on, it's only Jalen Hurts, Lamar Jackson, Josh Allen, and we'll see about Jaden Daniels. There's a quarterback I'm missing in there, I think. But Patrick Mahomes has been basically Daniel Jones-esque when it comes to fantasy.
The draft, though, that was like the best player available by far for you to pick Patrick Mahomes.
No, it wasn't. Danny, who did I miss out on because I picked that asshole? Who was it? Go back to the draft. Who went after Patrick Mahomes that we talked about last night?
What are you saying to me? In his NFL draft?
Sleeper draft.
Oh.
What I realized, too, in fantasy football is, rather than, like, I was like, from now on, I'm going to kind of look at depth charts, too, because it's like there's sneaky, like, a running back or a wide receiver there for, like, your second flex.
There's a guy I get every year.
Eric got Mahomes. After Mahomes went Nico Collins, Malik Neighbors, Devontae Smith, Kenneth Walker, T. Higgins, Joe Mixon.
Way too many guys for me to be taking him there.
Alvin Kamara, Amari Cooper.
That could ruin my season. Is picking him because I picked up J Love on a trade, and he's been better every week. But I just basically I wasted a pick. I could have Kenneth Walker or even Devontae Smith. It's like because I have Saquon and Breece Hall and Nick Chubb.
Kenneth Walker,
T Higgins,
and Kamara.
T Higgins has been good. He's got 10 every week. For a second flex,
yeah,
my team is Cooper.
Before the season, would you be like, "Oh, T Higgins is going to outscore Patrick Mahomes"? No.
So
hindsight is 2020.
Yeah, of course, but I just should have known.
Kamara should never be that low.
Here's what it was. It was the name. Well, yeah, because every year they're like, "Oh, him and Derrick Henry, they're getting." It's like, well, Derrick Henry's the best player in the NFL.
And also,
it was just last year running backs were shit.
Yeah, and this year receivers are kind of
tight
shit.
ends are nothing anymore, huh?
They're nothing.
That's why we took it out and put 2 flexes.
I
in.
hate the tight end. Any tight end league.
My next question: we have two. We have
flex.
We have three games left.
Flex leaders for fantasy football. Derrick Henry's one by a fucking long shot.
Don't even say it.
Kamara, Saquon, and then you get to some of my receivers. Chase, 5th guy's out for the year with Godwin. They have him questionable. I don't know if they'll turn that foot around and then he'll get back out there. Kyron, Jahmyr Gibbs, Bijan Robinson, Breece Hall. I mean, fucking hell, I got 10th and 11th guys. Drake London.
I have 2 and 6, and I could have Kamara at 3.
After JJ and Drake London, you have Kenneth Walker, Jordan Mason,
go to quarterbacks.
Chuba Hubbard. It's like, fuck, man.
Go to quarterbacks.
It's all running backs.
I drafted Chuba too.
Dropped him?
I drafted him like the 14th, 13th round.
Wow.
And then after the first 2 weeks of the Panthers, I was like, this guy's not going to do anything. And then Dalton comes in, and the guy looks like a stud.
What do you want for keeper or quarterbacks?
Where is Mahomes?
Patrick Mahomes?
Like 18th. 24th.
22nd.
Yeah, great. And where's
Baker Mayfield second?
Where's Jordan Love?
Well, he was hurt. I'm gonna go per week. Yeah.
I'm just saying I could have had Jordan Love and Alvin
He's
Kamara.
4th per week.
Yeah, great. What do the Jets do from here? They have to trade for an O-line. Like, what do they even have money?
O-line? No, the O-line has talent on it. They got to figure out. They need an O-line coach.
Build their O-line.
Okay. So what do they do?
Defense.
I think the O-line's their biggest problem.
Myles Garrett and Max Crosby try to get something.
Yeah, I think their biggest problem is O-line. Hassan Reddick will be back this week, too. Do you have anything for the Cardinals game or the Ravens game? Mike Evans and Chris Godwin look like they're going to be out for a little bit. Chargers, I don't know why they get so much respect in the market, but they don't look very good on offense whatsoever. Their defense actually doesn't look bad. They lost on a game-winning field goal. Pretty good NFL game, nice and gritty. But the Ravens are the same thing as last year. They're going to get to the playoffs, and they're going to lose to the Bills or the Chiefs.
I'm still not that impressed with that defense.
Ravens?
Yeah.
I mean, they gave up 30 to the Buccaneers. No matter what.
It was garbage time.
No, 1 or 2 touchdowns were. They gave up 20.
Maybe.
They gave up 10 in the first 2 possessions, and Baker threw a pick on the third one at the 5-yard line.
It's more so like
Baker's an idiot. Yeah. He needs to stop.
But he needs to chill the fuck out.
Yeah. What do you want to do first, Bill? Playoff eliminator picks? How does this go?
Playoff eliminator.
Playoff
Playoffs.
eliminator.
Last week we all went Browns.
I want to say this. Give you guys credit where it's due. Billy went 13-1 last week in the 14 games. He went 11-4 this week. Eric went 12-2. He went 12-3 this week.
I mean, we're on a fucking run.
Billy and Eric.
Wait, there was no teams on a bye. How did we go 12-3?
No, there had to be 2 teams on a bye. Cowboys were on a bye.
Yeah.
Oh, okay. Sorry.
So
this upcoming week, there's no bye. Sorry.
Okay.
Which is weird. I've never seen that happen before.
Keep interrupting me. So in 29 games the last 2 weeks, they're both 24-5.
And what are you?
He went 10-5 this week.
10-5, and I went 12-2.
Yeah.
So I'm 22-7.
Yeah, maybe be a little nicer, and your record might be better.
No, that's not what it is. But hey, 24-5, and I'll say this while we're at it: Eric hit 2 of his 3 bets of the week.
Bang.
I've hit 3 in a row now.
Bang.
Billy has missed all 7 in here.
He's still.
I said it though. I said it.
Me.
If you're watching by the hook, take our picks week by the week. Make a fucking fat parlay out of it. Pick your 5 best ones. You'll hit them because we're not missing. Take my bet of the week. Ride it till fucking dawn until I miss. Eric's bet of the week's always a 70% chance of hitting based on his record. And fade Billy, he's 100% going to miss. He's 0% on the year. If you fade Billy all year up until this point, you are probably a millionaire. If you followed me in the last 3 weeks, probably, worth 6 figures. And if Eric, you're up money.
Worth 6 figures.
And thankfully, Danny has been paying me back because he's got the money
Yeah,
back
you're good
guarantee.
on that.
I have the money back guarantee too.
Even though
Like
it's my
literally, you
bets
can
for
go to
some
buy the
reason.
hook. Whatever I say, you bet it. If you miss it, I give you money for it. If you hit it, you make money.
And he's just been doing it
What
for
do
me,
you want?
Even though I've been picking, he's like, you know what, Bill?
I got to throw you a bone here.
Yeah.
He's winning so much. He's like, Bill, I got you.
I don't miss.
Playoff
I'm
eliminator.
picking the Rams.
I'm interested to see where we go here.
Rams in a division where the leader's 4-3 and they're hurt.
You go look and you tell me who you're picking. Because I think it's tough this week. I think this is the first week where you look at it and you say, fuck, who am I going to
Between
pick?
Rams and Saints.
I was gonna say Saints.
But the Rams have the Vikings coming up this week also. And they're 2-4 right now.
Are these them? We're okay. I got it. Damn, I was really hoping we didn't all go Giants yet.
The Saints' schedule is kind of fucking meat, though, coming up.
I was gonna say Raiders and fucking. I should have said that in preseason.
Yeah, that under 7 bet for me is now 5.5 for the Raiders. I'm really hoping they just continue to suck. Yeah, I hate to say it. I'm going with the Rams as well. That schedule is brutal.
And those injuries are...
That schedule's brutal coming up.
I'm gonna do it as well.
Rams,
Yeah, I was contemplating between Rams
Saints.
and Dallas Cowboys.
So was I.
I think the Cowboys will be out.
You just can't do it yet.
Let's give it
can
up to the Commanders, too, though, for quarterback goes down.
because it's
Backup comes in.
when it
Cliff
comes-
Kingsbury.
The Cowboys have always fucked me raw. If I'd eliminated them right now, they would win the rest. They would win the Super Bowl. Like that's what
We'll
that's
eliminate them right now. Then.
yeah. That's what they would do to me. No, they would get the 7 seed in the final week because I eliminated them right now, and then
But
they would get
They
blasted.
get to the Super Bowl and they get blown out.
No, they would.
Or they
They
get
would
blasted in the wild
week
card.
first wild card game. They would lose by 64.
There's not a team that's going to be in the playoffs, and Ryan might call me a fucking idiot. Besides the Commanders, that I think we would not beat. If that makes sense. I think the only team we would beat in the NFC in the playoffs picture right now is the Commanders. Everybody else, we have no chance of beating.
Right, no chance.
Even the Commanders is tough.
Fuck them, man. They're all right.
I could see us pulling a win off against the Bears.
They're not. Are they in it right now?
They're in the wild card.
Let me make sure.
The entire NFC North is currently in the playoffs. They have
And-
all 3 wild card spots, and the Lions.
Was
have
their
one.
only loss this week?
Yeah, but the Eagles,
playing each other.
Huh?
The only loss this week for the NFC North was
them playing each other.
them playing each other, right?
The Lions lost to somebody else.
He meant
No, I'm
this
saying-
week.
I said this
Yeah.
week.
They lost to the
Oh, yeah,
they lost to the Buccaneers.
Where's he at?
Hear me?
yeah.
Yeah. And the Buccaneers got smoked the following week.
All right.
That's what happens. You play the toughest team in fucking football.
Let's make some picks. Bill,
Well,
give the records and then the overall.
Danny
record.
already touched on, but last week I went 11-4. Eric 12-3. Danny 10-5.
All good.
You guys picked the Saints if Kamara played. He did play.
Yeah, I fucked that up.
I'm going to be honest. I did not know Olave and Rashid Shaheed were both out. I didn't know Kamara was that limited, and I didn't know they had that many if I knew everything going into the game, which is on me, I would have taken the Broncos.
Me
I know
too.
their center got hurt.
Yep.
The game they got blown out, and that's when it was like, this is when, and then it went bad from right there.
Yeah.
Eric did also pick the Packers and under. I don't count that in the record, but he mentioned to do the under in that game.
Did I really?
Yeah.
I don't remember that.
And Danny mentioned to put the over in the Texans game.
Both hit?
Don't know.
I got the over on the teaser in the Texans game.
Wait. I said Packers.
I don't think
you
it
said
hit.
Packers?
Yeah, and the
That's
Packers.
the same game.
The Packers, yeah. So Packers, you picked the Packers, but you said the game would go under. After he said he
went
picked
under.
the Texans, and it would go
Over and on the natural, I went over on the teaser,
Yeah, because you dropped it 6.
and I got it.
Yeah,
So
He went
did I.
under total, and he got it.
he got it. Overall season, I'm 67-40. Eric 69-38. Danny 65-42.
Not bad.
So what? 8 weeks into it, and we're just now hitting 40 losses.
Yeah.
And then we're all
Eric
above,
still
we're
has
all-
it.
We're all above. Eric still has it, and we're all
He could
above.
never hit 40 losses if he goes perfect and gets only one miss for the rest.
I'm at 38 losses.
Yeah.
Let's not have it this week.
And
It's going to be tough.
we're
with no
above
bye.
60% winning percentage for the year.
That's money.
And last year, we're all above 60% winning percentage.
Hey, and guess what? We're only on week 8, so think about we can only go up from here. With that being said, probably going to go in 16, 15, whatever it is. Thursday night in Los Angeles, Vikings coming off playing the Lions, which, like we said, teams are completely defeated, it sounds like, after playing that tough team. Vikings favored by 3 in LA. Bill, who you got?
I'm going Vikings. I don't think with
Team-
B-Flow, I don't see that team
Dropping again.
dropping.
Teams are completely defeated, but I think, it's not going to happen all year, and if there's going to be one, it's going to be
And
this
the
one.
Rams are completely defeated if there was ever a team that's completely
Yeah, it's
If
gonna
Cooper Kupp plays, I'm taking the Rams. If he does not
Keep
play,
that in mind, though. Keep that in mind that we said that.
what's that?
That the Lions, every team that has played the Lions, the following week they lost.
If Cooper Kupp plays, give me the Rams. If Cooper Kupp does not play, I'll take the Vikings.
So the Rams will cup.
Yep,
Bold move.
it is. But I'm a bold man.
It's a
Wide
very
receiver.
bold move. I'm going to go with the Vikings.
Vikings for me.
Cowboys and 49ers are Sunday night. We do this Cowboys first because they're our favorite team. Niners.
Niners.
Actually, Ayuk's out. Is Debo out? Is this the year where the Cowboys get these guys?
This is the year where you think Ayuk's out, Debo's out, Jennings is out. I bet you they get them this year, and they fucking don't. Is that what you wanted to hear?
What's the total in this game?
46.5.
Take the under.
I think the Cowboys are so bad. I'm going to go with the Niners.
God.
It's a tough one. The first two to start out are pretty tough. Okay. Jets have to win.
Give me the Cowboys. Not because I'm a fan. I hate my team. I just think with the injuries the Niners have. Is Micah playing?
I think I see the biggest spread we've seen all year.
Yeah, we do.
Mike is questionable.
Give me the Cowboys if Micah plays. If he doesn't, I'll take the Niners.
I mean, Jesus.
I'm going to take the Niners regardless.
Yeah.
And I want the Jets if Tay gets more than 5 targets.
No.
Now
No,
you're pissing me off.
I'm taking the Jets.
I got the Jets.
Playing
Yeah,
the
Jets.
Patriots in New England. I'm sorry. Jets versus Patriots in New England. All 3 of us are on the Jets. Interested to see where you guys go here. Eagles go into Cincinnati to play the Bengals. Bengals favored by 2.5.
Bengals.
I wish they were underdogs. It would have been my bet of the week. I got the Bengals.
Give me the Eagles
There's no way they're going to give the Bengals underdogs at home.
at home.
Yeah, I know.
And I feel like
The Bengals defense is so bad, the Eagles are going to be able to put up whatever they
Bengals
want.
are healthy.
They suck.
Okay.
Packers,
Yeah,
they're
but
healthy. Their
They're-
offense scored fucking 10 points on the fucking
Their
Browns.
defense is healthy now. In the last 2 weeks, they've been have a healthy D line. They give it
Yeah.
up 7 and 14.
I will take-
Have they played shit teams? Yes.
Exactly. So I'll take the Eagles. Packers, Jags in Jacksonville.
Packers.
Past the Pack. I feel like the Jags should get a bye after 2 weeks in London, but what do I know? Give me the Packers.
That's
Packers.
another reason they're fucked.
I agree they should get a bye.
Yeah,
That's fucked
Titans, Lions in Detroit. I think this
Biggest
is the
spread of the
biggest
year.
spread of the year so far. Lions minus 11. Give me the Lions.
Give me the Lions and they cover.
Lions.
Good. Falcons go into Tampa Bay.
Okay, Bill.
Falcons
I
go
don't
into
know what I
Tampa
thought.
Bay.
Lions.
I was going to say, I was going to do the teaser, add the 6 onto the Titans, but I was like, even then, I don't know if I trust that team to cover
Yeah.
17. I
They
don't
were
like
up
doing
10.
that in NFL.
So they were 10-point underdogs against the Bills this last week. They went up 10-0. So in betting terms, they're really up 20-0. You're thinking, oh my god.
If you're
And
gonna
they
do
gave
the
up 34 straight
if
points.
you're in the teaser thing, you're much safer taking the Lions -5.
Oh, I just stayed away from that game.
Falcons go into Tampa Bay. If you remember on Thursday night a couple weeks ago, this was like game of the year. Mike Evans is probably out, if I had to guess. And
Did you say
Chris
Godwin's out?
Godwin, we're not sure yet.
All right.
His 1 foot was backwards, which I don't think bodes well for him.
Usually need 2 feet to play, but
Well, if you can do it backwards, who knows?
that one dude had one hand,
What if they turn his other foot around?
but he sucked in the NFL, so I guess that's not a good example.
If you break both hands, who wipes your ass?
Who lives with you?
You asking me?
Yeah. No, they belong to me.
Yeah.
I'm taking the Falcons.
Falcons.
All three on the Falcons. Cardinals, Dolphins. Tua is back. Miami is favored by 3.
I'm gonna go Fins.
That's
I
interesting,
think they
isn't
step
it,
up
Eric?
for that team.
What are you doing?
I take the Cardinals.
I'm going to take the Dolphins as well. Ravens, Browns. Baltimore favored by 9. I'm taking the Ravens.
Give me the Browns. Just kidding. Give me the Ravens.
Ravens.
Colts, Texans in Houston. Give me the Texans.
Give me the Colts. Just kidding. Give me the Texans.
Texans.
Hey!
Enough.
I got to pee. Don't do that.
Saints, Chargers. Chargers favored by 7. Chargers.
Give me the Chargers.
Chargers.
Bills, Seahawks in Seattle. Bills favored by 3. I'm going to take Buffalo.
I'm going to take Seattle.
Hawks.
Okay. It's your guys' head. Bears go into D.C.
Top 5 toughest place to play.
Yeah, well, guess what? We got a top 3 toughest player to play against. Anyway,
Amari Cooper.
Bears, Commanders in Washington, D.C., Virginia, DMV area. Chicago right now favored by 2.5.
Give me Commanders if Daniels plays.
Same here.
I agree as well.
Panthers, Broncos. Broncos favored by 9. That's a lot of points, but that just goes to show you how bad.
Back it up. I want Commanders regardless.
Okay. Give me the Broncos.
Give me the Broncos.
I don't even know what game we're doing right now. I'm typing.
Panthers, Broncos. You're taking the Broncos.
Broncos, please.
And you're also taking the Chiefs. over
Chiefs
the
against the Raiders in Vegas.
I might be at that.
So we're Broncos, Chiefs, and back-to-back games.
Yep.
I might be at that, and I'll definitely be at Boise State UNLV.
Yeah, in case you guys watch this and want to go say hi to this little nerd. Giants, Steelers. Monday night. Russell Wilson,
Steelers.
Steelers.
Give me the Steelers, but the Giants cover 6.5.
All right.
And it goes under 36.5.
Got some NFL trivia.
Can you
Yeah.
write all that down for me, Bill?
I didn't hear a word. You
Giants cover plus 6.5, and it goes under 36.5.
We have to hurry up.
But the Steelers win. Yes, we do.
Continue.
What?
Go, Bill.
said. Giants plus 6.5.
Why are you doing this?
And under what?
It's 36.5.
And
Why
under
are you doing
36.5.
Yeah.
Trivia
Maybe,
for NFL.
let's just recap college next time.
No, we'll just go quick.
Bang.
Most passing touchdowns in the last 2 years. So last 2 calendar years. I was trying to find something different, and this popped up, and I just went with it.
Okay.
Josh Allen.
Second with 59.
Dak Prescott.
First with 67.
Slow down. Patrick Mahomes.
Fourth with 57.
Fuck you.
What do you have, top 5?
Yeah.
Well, he says the question, and I'm trying to think, and you're just rattling names, and I'm like, well, hold on. Now I got to.
Jared Goff.
Third with 58.
We need 5.
You need fifth. And you're going to be mad at it.
Lamar.
Joe Burrow.
No, Burrow didn't play last year. He's going to be mad at it. I shouldn't have listened to that. Brock Purdy.
Fifth with 53.
The crazy part is, and he has his team around him, he is, like, very good when he has that team around him. But when he doesn't,
Yeah, but I could be very good with that fucking
they
team.
stink. Yeah.
If you give me a top 3 O-line, especially, forget it. If you give me a top 3 O-line in the league, and you give me arguably the best tight end in the league, and then you give me arguably the best receiving core in the league, and then you give me arguably the best running back in the league, and then you give me
Hey, you want to hurry up?
arguably the best offensive coach in the NFC,
I've never met a guy that does more monologues after wanting to hurry.
I mean, I
Right.
could be pretty fucking good.
Yeah, you would be.
To lead in the college football real quick, I have a trivia. So Ashton Genty for Boise State has 1,248 rushing yards in 6 games. He had 1,347 all of last year.
Okay.
For the top 5 most rushing yards in the college football season, couple legends and a couple recent like NFL players that are
Reggie Bush.
no
Derrick Henry.
No, he was 6th.
Ooh.
Mark Ingram.
No.
Trent Richardson? Melvin Gordon.
Melvin Gordon's second all time with 2,587.
In a season? Oh, my God.
Wisconsin, baby. He has the record for fucking a bowl game, I think, too. Jonathan Taylor?
This is a terrible question.
Kevin Smith is third with 2,567. He went to UCF. I don't think you guys will get him.
Donnell Pumphrey.
No.
He's career fucking.
2 legends.
O.J. Simpson. Eric Dickerson. Fucking
Barry
say
Sanders.
something, asshole.
Barry Sanders is first with
Oh,
2,628.
yeah, he's the best.
Yeah, if you like, we saw how I thought.
Emmett Smith?
No.
Fat
I knew
ass.
it wasn't that.
OJ.
Darren McFadden.
No.
OJ what?
In that school.
Oh, fuck me. Who's the other guy that was driving?
USC.
He won a Heisman?
I have no clue.
Marcus Allen.
Marcus Allen is fourth with 2,342.
There you
Who
go.
are we missing? What? No,
Fifth.
fifth? And what era is he?
He's newer.
How newer? Is he retired? Todd Gurley.
I think this guy just might be out the fucking league.
You don't know his name?
I know his name.
You don't know. So
He hasn't played. He just retired before this offseason. And he's 28 years old.
he said Todd Gurley.
Not Todd Gurley.
Oh. Who is it?
You guys gonna get Rashad Penny?
Oh, you fucking bitch. He went to San Diego State. I was going to ask what fucking school he went to.
2,248 rushing yards.
Wow, he retired?
Yeah.
He did retire. I
He
saw
played
that.
with the Eagles this offseason.
Real quick recaps. Oregon dick slap Purdue. Purdue's not the same spoiler makers that they've always been. Miami and Louisville was a banger as expected. I was going to recommend the over on that game, but I just didn't. Don't know why we have Clemson in here. Indiana got killed Nebraska. Bama's not the same Bama. The only two things I really wanted to say this week is Bama doesn't look the same. And
I will say Bama did have a lot of transfers, but I don't think that's an excuse for this level of school at this level of recruiting.
I want to say this about this upcoming NFL draft. If you take a quarterback in the first round, it has to be late, and it has to. I don't think there's a first-round quarterback. Cam Ward, Miller Moss, and the kid from LSU, I like the way they throw the ball. I don't know if that makes them an NFL quarterback. All the other guys that are projected, Shador.
Milroe.
If you take Milroe in the first 2 rounds, you should be fired immediately. He cannot throw a football.
why do you not have Texas, Georgia in here?
He wasn't interested in that game.
I didn't get that. I didn't get that.
Texas hasn't played anybody all year, and that showed.
Yeah.
Georgia would probably beat them 5 times out of 5 if they played.
I agree.
Michigan
Oregon.
lost to Illinois.
Think that we could have went without that one too.
Mm-hmm.
That's top 25.
Yeah, they could both suck my dick.
Iowa State should have lost. They pulled out a fucking
But
bullshit.
Notre Dame plays Navy this weekend. I'm very scared. 12.5 is the spread. I
Don't
think
be.
they cover.
Navy.
a big
No.
game
I don't
just for
think
us
so.
because we live in Vegas. Friday, Boise State at UNLV.
Boise State
That's
will
a
beat
big
them.
game for the Mountain West. It's a big game. I think those teams are both very good.
Boise State will beat them by 2 scores.
I think Boise State will beat them by 2 scores as well.
What do you think the spread is on that?
Might go.
What do I think the spread is?
Who's favored and by how much?
Boise State is favored. That's true.
Yeah.
By 6.5.
3.5.
Ooh.
That is light.
I'm usually good at those.
Yeah, and then we have 12 Notre
I
Dame
like
at 24 Navy.
Buy the hook on that, boys. +-3 Boise State. Huh?
Said 12 Notre Dame at 24 Navy. It
Shock 'em.
sucks that this
Navy and Army just don't play anybody.
Navy's we got a top 25 win possibly, and then they'll get kicked out of the top 25. And then you have Missouri, number 21 Missouri at number 15 Alabama. I don't know if Alabama can afford to lose another one the rest of the year.
Illinois, Oregon.
Number 5 Texas at 25 Vandy. I mean Vandy did beat Bama.
In Vandy.
And then number 8 LSU at number 14 Texas A&M.
Notre Dame.
Notre Dame needs that Texas A&M win.
If Texas A&M wins that, Notre Dame beats Navy. I'm very curious to see where Notre Dame ends up in the rankings.
And with that being said, the World Series starts on Friday.
Bang.
And the World Series,
And the NBA starts today.
I have
No, we're
trivia
gonna get
for
to
World
that real
Series.
Okay, World Series prediction and how many games and MVP.
Dodgers game 7.
Okay.
By the way,
What's this piece of shit? Can you just shut up for 2 seconds? We don't need to hear it. What's this piece of shit gonna do?
who?
Him.
What did you want to say, Dan?
No.
Last 2 games that the Dodgers Yankees played 1-1. Last 4 games 2-2. Last 6 games 3-3. All the way down to like the last 60 games.
Who you got in how many games?
Who's got 4 home games?
Dodgers.
Mm-hmm.
Dodgers in 7.
Give me Dodgers in 6.
They're gonna win it in New York.
Yeah. My MVP, I hate to be this asshole, but it's going to be Shohei.
Mookie Betts.
MVP.
Hopefully Tommy Edman. That guy is unbelievable.
He's awesome.
I'll talk about him more next week, but
I
have to get a haircut, and I have to pick up my car from a place that told me to be ready 2 hours ago.
MVP is going to be. I forgot his name now. The pitcher.
Yamamoto?
Yeah.
All right. He's pitching game 1.
He pitched 2 games at least.
And I think he'll
we-
get in Game 7.
That would be sick.
I don't think
I
so.
don't think he'll start Game 7.
Don't be surprised if Shohei comes out like The Undertaker and gives you a couple innings, but it's not
Yeah.
going to happen.
If he
Be
does
very
that, then it's
surprised.
unreal.
All right. Knock it out.
Most World Series hits all time.
World Series hits all time? Derek Jeter.
5th with 50.
Is there a bunch of old guys in there?
Babe
Bunch.
Ruth.
What's
No
his
Babe
name?
Ruth.
Mickey Mantle.
2nd with 59.
Lou Gehrig. I guess it's got to be all Yankees. How many Yankees? All of them? Jesus. Alex Rodriguez?
Bernie Williams.
Is it all old guys from here on out?
Okay.
Fucking hell.
Reggie Jackson.
No.
Great guys.
Mr. October doesn't have the top 5. That's kind of overplayed to me.
So who we got? Jeter and Mantle? Joe DiMaggio.
4th with 54.
Honestly, wasn't even sure that was a baseball player.
Frisch is 3rd with 58.
Who?
Yeah.
What
Frisch?
year? What year?
Frisch?
I'm
Frisch.
getting mad. Okay, but who's first? Don't tell me. Is it a name that we all know and recognize?
Yeah, you better fucking know this one.
Is Barry Bonds on the Yankees?
He's an old guy.
So we got Mickey Mantle. It ain't Lou Gehrig. Got Joe DiMaggio. We got. It ain't Babe Ruth. We got
Yeah.
Derek Jeter.
Yeah, Frankie Frisch.
Frankie Frisch.
Was
We
born
got
in
that.
1897.
That was easy.
1897 he was born in. That's 100 years before I was born. Do you understand
And
that?
blacks couldn't even sneeze in a certain direction.
Yeah.
But he never played for the Yankees.
So you said it was a Yankee.
I assumed it was.
Oh.
Fucking team was
Who's
he
first?
on? Don't give us an initial or something.
I mean, why? YB.
Oh, Yasiel Puig.
Yogi
Berra.
Berra.
Yogi Berra's first was 71.
Those guys all
Most
suck.
World Series home runs.
Most World Series home runs.
Yasiel Puig.
A man named Snyder is 4th with 11.
Okay. Most World Series home runs.
There's 6 players in the top 5.
Mickey Mantle.
First with 18.
Lou Gehrig.
Tied for 5th with 10.
Babe Ruth.
2nd with 15.
Is Derek Jeter? No, he doesn't have enough pop.
Manny
Yogi
Ramirez.
Berra.
Yogi Berra's 3rd with 12.
Manny Ramirez.
What are we missing?
David Ortiz.
Tied for 5th with 10.
Is it a Yankee? Did we say Mickey Mantle? Did we say Joe DiMaggio?
He's not in it.
Is it a recent Yankee?
No.
Another old fucker.
Reggie Jackson.
Reggie Jackson. Tied for 5th with 10.
Doesn't get hits, hits home runs.
That's right.
He only has 10 career hits in the World Series. They're all home runs. That's not true, but
Okay.
Anyway, NBA starts tonight. Everyone watch the Celtics get their rings because it's history. It's fucking history. Most ever.
Joe is in Joe mode.
Yeah. Said something about dying, that he's going to die soon.
He goes, we're all going to be dead in 35 years anyway, so who cares about pressure? And he goes, and none of you are invited to my funeral.
Yeah.
Why would we all be dead in 35 years?
He'll be dead in 35
He
years.
said, because they said, is there any pressure? And he said, well, considering we're all going to be dead soon.
There's something wrong with him, dude.
Yeah, there is. But I like it. It's good.
So do I. You need a guy that has a little bit wrong with him.
Anything else you guys got? By the Hook's about to come out as well. Me and Danny are printing money, and Billy is. You probably don't have a home anymore if you've been taking Billy's picks.
You're doing my teaser.
You have to fade Billy.
I was going to last week, and then I put the Jets on my teaser, and during the game, I was like, I think he's just a natural born loser.
No, he is. You are. You know that.
You've always known that.
I actually looked it up. The Cowboys'
And it
last
said you're a
Super Bowl
fucking loser.
was January 96, so they had 3 Super Bowls when I was still alive. When was the last time they won a Super Bowl?
And that's when you decided,
the year
I'm
before.
a Cowboys fan. We all are.
I don't know when I decided.
Yeah,
crazy?
But
probably.
then the year he was born, 97, just they haven't been right since.
Yeah, well, guess what? I'm blaming that on you because I was born. You know, I don't know. If the Dodgers win this year, it's going to tell a lot. I think.
Why? The Dodgers just won in 2020.
Because you left the team. You left the team when the playoffs started, and they had no reason to beat the Padres,
Celtics
and they did.
won when I was 10 and when I was 25. There's something there.
I don't think so.
There.
I don't think so. I don't think
I haven't quite figured it out yet, but there is something there.
Well, here, you don't sleep at night, and when you figure it out, you get back to us. Anything else from anybody?
But somehow I won those championships for the Celtics. I won the one for the Dodgers World Series in my lifetime. And I'm going to get Notre Dame and Natty here soon.
What I'm going to say this
Probably
year.
my 30th.
What am I say here? What I have to say here is when the playoffs come for the playoffs, Danny's 8-5 for the NFL playoffs, and me and Billy are both 6-7. We got to turn that around this year.
Yeah, we had a rough go with the playoffs.
Specifically. All right, anything else you got?
I don't miss in the playoffs. I want to say right now, I'm not going to miss a game in the playoffs.
All right, let's do it. I'm down. You got anything else? You?
Nope.
All right, well, we'll see you next week. I don't think the World Series won't be over by the time we talk next week because this is my days are so fucked up because of work and shit. But we'll see you next week. We'll be in it. NHL season's in it.
Do they play Friday, Saturday, miss Sunday, play Monday, Tuesday?
Yeah, they don't fuck around. Friday, Saturday, Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Friday, Saturday.
Jesus.
I think it's how it goes.
I mean, that's how it should be.
Right.
They should play doubleheaders, I said.
Yeah, that would be sick. That would be crazy. Anyway, you guys all have a good week. We'll see you next week when I still don't have 40 losses and Billy and Danny completely turn it around and catch up to me.